second half will only be won by one team.
Yeah, pretty much. That's gone along, you know, not only the entire last best of 3 across 3 maps, but even here on Vertigo. MIBR, man, their matchups versus Brazilian teams on Mirage have not been good. They lost to INTZ at the start of the year in a dominant fashion. They lose to FURIA here the same way the other day, and now they've got to, well, completely uproot it, completely flip it on its head. Otherwise, this will be MIBR out of the Pro League Season 11.
Yeah, it's a rough one here. We're going to see if it continues that way. 3 players deep for the MIBR side over here on this B site. That leaves no one in middle for either team. Not really a hot point of contention there at the beginning of this map.
Very slow pistol round. We saw ENCE run a similar one over in the EU side of things on Mirage, where they would just split up and hold a default for about a minute of the round and cover every position to see if MIBR get aggressive, and they do, so the default's worth it. Vinny spots a player in the apartments, doesn't know there's 2 there, so Taco running back, well, he is dinked. It could bait Vinny in. And that seems to be the case. KNG waiting, shoots him in the face. That's a free kill up on the B-bomb site. KNG going back for more, and he's doubled it as well. He only had 5 kills back on Vertigo, so starting off 2-0 is certainly good for MIBR as FURIA desperately throw flashes into the A site. The bomb coming alone through connector is a risk, but what else can they really do at this point? KNG getting aggressive on the catwalk might be able to stop it.
Oh no, he gets picked up immediately, but for Keserato and Henny, the odds infinitely stacked against them. Pistol round secured for MIBR, their first in this series thus far, as they look to try and right their wrongs on Mirage. Now, FURIA, are they going to attempt the force buy here? Obviously, with no bomb plant presenting itself, it's not going to be that like Krieg AK rifle buy that we sometimes see.
It's kind of like dropping your phone, Harry.
Kind of is, right? Kind of similar, but also
not at all.
Not really similar. Now,
what about similar?
What about similar? I don't know.
We've got our eyes peeled on this map so far. MIBR picking up this pistol round is going to help them to buy some weapons in this one. Giggle that you will, but MIBR do have a lethal ability, even attribute. It's just a matter of, you know, jump starting it. Henny is going to jump start this round with a nice deagle kill on the Fur.
I mean, the fact of the matter is no one was watching window anyway. Getting the kill on the player who's in jungle holding connector is even more problematic. Look at the route that's opened up for FURIA. They can flank B or A. Taco has been pushed back to 17. He has to escape, and Mayan giving up the A site to try and control this position is worth it, but FURIA have gone back up the catwalk. They're not even going to flank through the spawn. They're going to leave Yuri to cut off the rotations instead and let the other Ts get the job done. Yuri misses the timing, and it does allow Mayan to rotate into B, and he starts off well. The rifles are here for MIBR, and they're firing off 2 kills in the site. Yuri does come out into jungle, but at this point, the bomb's been lost for FURIA. They're looking to get kills wherever they can, and MIBR are not making mistakes. They are holding strong.
Yeah, now Fallen's gone for like the flusher buy in this round. He only has a P2K, and
yeah, against the buy as well. That's a risk.
Yeah, to say it's a risk is a bit of an understatement, perhaps. You're normally not going to win that if you're Fallen.
Oh, no.
And this can't be how this round falls apart. They do have the bomb still over here on B. That's MIBR I'm talking about. So FURIA have to try and get in and get these kills. I don't think, they will start to plant the bomb, and that's going to force Mayan into the site. He drops the bomb, and just about keeps that in favor of MIBR. It gets close, but the round goes the way of MIBR, and they're going to go 2-0 up.
A little bit of a back and forth there, a little bit of confusion, but it's clear as day. Mayern having that impact at the end of the round. Good stuff.
You've got to wonder, right? Like, I don't know the timing there. If Art sticks the bomb, he definitely dies, right? He definitely gets killed after the plant, but does he get the plant, right? Does he get his teammate in a one-on-one? There was a chance there, but instead FURIA try and force the fight, and Mayan will stand tall. 5-0 start for him, considering he was 0-7 in the previous map. That is quite the recovery. Even 0-10, I think he went, before he got 4 kills on the T side in 1 round. So certainly a better start here for not only him, but the entire camp in MIBR's side of things. FURIA are going to force back in. A dangerous decision to make. But let's see what they can get done with the Kriegs again. This time, MIBR far better armed. Fallen, he may have gone down and risked the round with a P2K against the Force, but now at least he's got more money. He's got the AWP. No armor behind it. So he's all about taking a shot and then rotating safely, not letting Furia know where he's bringing that weapon. And towards B with a triple setup means Furia are in a great spot right now. Keserata's lurking up ramp. They're setting up towards connector and window, and an A-split going to come through. That's the kill to open it all up. It's all on MIBR. He's been holding strong, but can he continue to do so?
MIBR trying to stay alive here towards the ticket, but he's going to get Molotov'd off. Meanwhile, this bomb is going to get planted from Henny, and that does create a retake scenario for the side of MIBR. But look how close Furia pushed up. They've got complete control of this window room from 2 angles, and there's 4 players alive here. And it's MIBR who are locked out of the site currently. Very wary of the window room, and now those Furia players have backed away. We're going to see a save come out from MIBR in this 3rd round. So how about that?
Yeah, against the Force as well, against pistols, against players without armor. That's a rough spot to be in. For those 2 crucial kills, and plus the rotation of Fallen with the AWP, right? Moving away from A, not a bad decision, right? He wants to stay mobile. He doesn't want Furia guessing where he is. But they don't fear the AWP. They go right into the A site and get away with 5 alive. That's great. They can afford upgrades. They can buy armor on the players that did survive. That's always an important factor. When you win a round without armor, a lot of times players will forget to repurchase that. We've seen that, you know, not just in Pugs, but even in the Pro League as well. So no mistakes made here by Furia. They get the rebuys back in, they get on the board, and MIBR continuing the force buy wars.
My favorite kind of war, Hugo. Let's see what Fur can do with the Deagle. AWP on Fallen, he takes a shot towards top and middle. However, there's no one there to play along. Solid stack over here towards this A side for Furia. Would the rotations come in time is the real question. If you look at MIBR, they do have 2 players over here. They'll at least have the indication. They'll have the heads up. But can they get all these players into the site fast enough? 2 players trying to fight out a jungle can create quite a mess.
I didn't see anyone throwing a stairs smoke there. And yeah, that looks to be the case. So stairs is left open, and this is a fake from Furia. Now, Fallen pushes through the jungle smoke and is able to deal with Yuri, and at this point it becomes pretty clear to MIBR that this isn't going to be the A play. Taco now hears the nades coming in towards B and has to try and buy some time with the MP9 inside of the bomb site. He gets shut down immediately. KNG and Fallen keep this one under wraps for the time being. Bomb plant found. MIBR and Fur left to try and pick up the pieces, and Fur gets turned upon. Now MIBR all alone. He's currently yet to die, and now he's died. So Furia, yep, they get that one up on the board, and they go 2 and 2. Not going to happen for MIBR and co.
All game long, MIBR have been leaning B. And that's a great example of why. Furia's B rushes are so good on this map. They have great pacing, great trading, and good spacing between the players as they enter the site as well. So trades are a must, and they will get that back down from a heavy disadvantage in the rifle round. Actually breaking the money of MIBR. Put them on 2K a player. Not fun, as MIBR have to wait for the loss bonus to continue to build. It's up to 24 right now. They will be able to buy up next round, but that's going to not give them the AWP, which is always a shame. You love to see Fallen on that gun, or KNG, either or both. But right now, Art's looking for an ace. Yuri's going to yoink it out from under, and Furia, that's a nice clean round from them. No deaths.
Yeah, you could see the idea there from MIBR. It looked like they wanted to fight in the middle, and with those pistols, it might have given them a chance. However, it just wasn't on the cards for them. You can tell Art really had plans of his own as well. Just fights from the chair position, and everything else sort of falls into place. So we're going to see Furia now take the lead once again. Crowd on their feet.
Or who will stand tall in this round? For MIBR, you wonder. Boost up in the ladder room, I like that idea. Fast way to get in position, knowing the window's going to get smoked out by Furia, so they do get given the mid-control. Henny and Keserata looking after that with a man up top in the palace. I think, rather, that is Keserata. It's Vinny in middle. The 0 and 8s elude me again on the Vinny map.
The Vinny map.
The Vinny map.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, any map is a Vinny map if you're feeling it, and he certainly looks to be. He had a great previous game on Vertigo. Odds deep in B. If he finds a kill, that could be great, but Taco spotted him and got some damage off. Going to retreat safely, not wanting to give away the first pick. That is always the pain of a B player.
Yeah, the bomb's so far back. So, of course, they're going to have Henny closest to it. He can probably grab it. Meanwhile, they're going to find picks throughout the map. The first one's going to be KNG.
Oh. Boost up, though, denied. Fallen's ready for it. The second jump isn't successful as it falls back down lower. Yuri just going to molly it off instead, and Fallen's pushed towards the spawn. Again, leaning towards B. As you would imagine, considering this is a 4-on-4. Split 2-2 does give the window and the mid control to Furia, and look at the flanks that are going to be enabled off the back of this. MIBR have essentially just forgotten about the CT spawn. They're not watching it. Fallen's checking it on a timing in the market, but right now Furia is splitting A. They're using the jungle against MIBR. Molotov's under the balcony. 2 on the site are going to force out both these players. Fur gets burnt out alive, and there's still Mayan hiding in the smoke. They should know about it. They've got him as well. Art has been so good on these entry kills. What a powerful in-game leader. Rotation getting cut off by the AWP, and the round is done like that. Furia again on the T side, finding 4.
Surgical, clinical even there from Furia.
Yeah, it's sick to see, right? Like, Furia, great read on the game, great Molotovs as well to force both those A-site players out of position. And for MIBR, it's a bit of a shame, because it's like if that play comes in towards B, which I think is what they were anticipating based on the rotation of Fallen, I think there's a good chance they can find that round. Because I don't know, like Fallen holding market for that window rotation, I feel like that's a fight he can win pretty realistically. But leaving window open allows what we saw just there. Furia were able to flood into that A site from a multitude of angles, force players to take peeks, and then as the cherry on top, you have players already in position to deny the B site rotations. And so the whole round just falls apart the moment window goes the way of Furia. And I don't think there was ever a world in which Furia were just going to blindly run into a bomb site, right? Everything about that was very, very calculated. They know they made Fallen rotate away. They were anticipating that those players in the site are hidden from positions that would be opened up as a result of the window control, like from jungle and CT. And so they just Molotov the angles that kind of cover you from that area, and it flushes the players out. Now there's no money for MIBR. And so this is where Furia's lead should look to widen even further. With all that said, it's actually Fur to find the first kill in this round on the back of that Deagle. So a man advantage taken now for MIBR. Pressure's on for Furia. These rounds can slip through the net.
What's running right into B? He's not going to check close, and he'll pay for it. KNG finding that kill. It's a 3-on-4 right now. MIBR on the eco, making it interesting. Taco's tagged up and KNG's been removed. That was a rifle MIBR actually had, so now skin in the game is very much being peeled from them. It's a 3-on-3, low HP across both sides, and Furia looking for a bomb plant. If they go open, Taco can stop it, but they're getting pressured by Mayan in the spawn. He's found a kill, he gets traded. Taco left on catwalk, again looking to stop this bomb from getting planted, but it's a safe side plant. Not for long, not safe.
What?
From the wall bang, Taco gonna blow Henny out of this round, and it's a 1-on-1. Molotov to cut off his rotation, but he can spam again if he pleases to, rather. Plant is in though, and he just misses the cross. Now he realizes Queserato is able to get away.
Look how low Taco is, 3 HP, but he's gonna aggress this. He's came this far, he might as well go for it. Queserato on 100. It's gonna be Taco peeking from the top of the stairs with this Krieg. Little does he know, Queserato finds himself just outside of the Tetris area, and that one was already stacked against Epitasio, but man, he does stop that initial planter. And you know, that's gotta feel good. You gotta really be feeling yourself there, and then ultimately when it all falls apart, well, how do you feel then, Harry?
Yeah, I don't think you feel that bad if you're MIBR. You only have pistols into that round. It's a shame that it gets so close and they don't get it across the line. But that's not what you can't focus on that if you're MIBR. You weren't expected to win that round. And so you do a lot of damage. And as you were talking about back on Vertigo, that's kind of what matters most here for MIBR, with the loss bonus tipping in their favor. If they want to make this comeback happen late in this first half, a very important thing is being kind of neck and neck in terms of the money. And that round has at least helped them set up that position. They're not there yet, but now it's attainable. Now it's within reach. And there is still a chance for MIBR to get this game back under control.
Or do Furia want to give that control? Not in middle, at least. The smoke down in the window, another one towards the connector, flash rather. Molly also lands as Furia clear out positions that MIBR could be sitting around him. Maybe boosting back into the window. It's been successful for them in the past. Fallen has not been able to really deal with that one, and so he's on the A site this time. Fur is tasked with the jungle control, but again, window given up. It's a connector contact for Furia with 3. Fur waits, there's a crossfire available. If he calls for it, KNG can swing off the back of this catwalk and do significant damage, but ooh, there's a gap. There's a timing, but he almost catches Fur, swapping sides of the smoke as he deploys a new one. Window boost finally comes through for FURIA. That enables a flank on this A site, but this time MIBR have got the right read. They've got a heavy A site setup, 3 there, but KNG's dead from catwalk. That cuts off the control towards middle. Fur has to get this kill if they want to win this round, and he does, but it's traded swiftly, and the entry out Palace is perfect as well. It's a 4-on-2. Fallen, the only man who can really do anything here. Taco comes through the murder hole and does get away on 6 points of health. Fallen looking to stop a plant, though. With Taco's position known, this is the only play that has to happen. 10 seconds, he can drop the bomb. He's stalling it. He's waiting, and he's got the frag as well, but no trade allowed. Fallen with a double. The fake plant comes in. They do kill him, but Taco's alive with 6 points of health, and that's all MIBR needed to win the round. He dies after time, but it is no problem.
Now that is a Mountain Dew Amp game fuel power play right there, if I've ever seen one. Fallen with the trigger discipline. Now, Impact player is going to show us art, but I'm looking at Fallen to have really won that round here for the side of MIBR. You could see the patience.
That's so smart as well. If he shoots instantly, he's going to get traded, and maybe the time doesn't play in the way for MIBR there, but the fact that he stalls it until the last second, knowing there isn't time to stick the bomb back, and, well, he's going to win the round off the back of it. The fake plant with 4 seconds was optimistic, but as shown by, I think it was R, or whoever it was in the 1-on-2, you know, if he sticks it rather, Fallen's going to peek him and kill him. So he just took the fake to get a kill and hope that Taco peeks him in time. It was not the case.
Look at where Mayern is. Pushed up way aggressive in this middle smoke. He's just going to sit there. The smoke fades, and he's looking for info now. He's going to hang out, thinking that there might be someone top middle. However, he's just missed the party. It's going to be that of Vinny backing off. Going to go straight for that bomb. Now, will they end up at A, though? That's the real question. We've got 2 players over here in the B halls. And so far, that's just keeping Taco occupied, the only one in the B site. But here we go. All 5 players setting themselves up for an A hit for the side of FURIA.
Yeah, this is a good read as well, right? They know that with no one surviving for MIBR in that last round, their buy is going to be terrible here. And they're right. I mean, it's mostly FAMASes for the CT side. And in terms of utility, not just to slow down this site take, but to actually get MIBR back into the A site, well, they're kind of relying on nothing. So Fur has to deliver a big performance here with the FAMAS inside of the site, and he only gets 1. MIBR, how do they want to play this? Through the smoke, Fallen drops Vinny, and that's the bomb dropped over. KNG gets another. Henny and Keserato. They've managed to make it a 2-on-3. Henny goes for the no-scope, and it's not able to connect. Keserato, now they know where he resides, and Henny's trying to deal with the man on stairs. Will manage it. 7 seconds, though, and the bomb is dropped in front of CT. These kills have got to come in, and they're not going to in time. It's another round 1 through time for MIBR as they take a 4th.
Yeah, very frustrating into that round. Maybe you'll agree with me, Hugo. You look at that, they do everything they can do to kill the player on the top of stairs, and then they have to focus their attention towards CT. And with that bomb getting dropped, that was pretty much the end of that. It was pretty much disaster at that point. That
is one of the worries of the A site, right? When you don't have those like standard execute smokes going down jungle, CT, and stairs, and then plant in that, you're going to be left in a really rough spot. The plants are all open to multiple perspectives. Palace, ramp, connector, jungle, CT, I mean, stairs. Like, you're not safe if you don't have smokes. And so FURIA leaving these rounds so late is really coming back to bite them. MIBR stalling in the CT spawn very well, as Taco did in the round prior to survive the 1-on-1 against Art. Now FURIA are forcing, and they're rushing B. Mac 10's in play with an AWP, and Taco's going to get overwhelmed for only 1 kill from Vinny. Double trade back from KNG, and the B site's been conceded. There's a really good opportunity here for FURIA, especially with this AWP in the post plant. Henny could find a whole lot.
Yeah, we're looking at a bomb plan here. It's going to be going down. Art's going to push himself real close. Only won the Tech Nina. And perhaps they're going to walk right into him. Doesn't stand a chance in hell. Somehow Fallen hits that. Looked like midair. Maybe he was on the trash can. Either way, Henny bringing out from jail. Looks for another kill. Can't seem to find him to Mayern. And that's going to leave a 1v1. Yuri Fallen going toe-to-toe, and Fallen does fall. That leaves a 6th one on the board for FURIA. Good stuff overall. and a good way to lock out MIBR that site there early on before the plant.
Just so aggressive are Furia, especially in those post plants. Look at Yuri just pivoting on the site, taking every fight he can. Fallen might think he has an opportunity to just wait in the one-on-one, but and you know, wait for Yuri to make a mistake, but just wide swinging into the fight and getting the immediate headshot. That's excellent stuff. That's the aggressive, confident playstyle that put Furia on the map to begin with. And well, 6-4 up right now, a map up in this series, a tactical pause, and no money for MIBR. Furia stay on the map.
Yes, that is a U.S. Air Force tactical timeout, or if you want to say it this way, is a tactical timeout brought to you by the U.S. Air Force. Really and truly, I think you get the message. Now, what will the discussion be, though? You look over here on the side of MIBR, pistols, and, well, this is probably a round where they're going to have to risk it to get the biscuit, Harry.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to be risking it to get the biscuit trace, but they might get dunked on in this one.
They might.
Well, goodbye, Fallen. It's a quick kill for Furia all over middle in the anti-eco. You're unlikely to see pistols in mid with the exception of a Deagle, like KNG here in the window. Not going to really have much stake in fighting middle with P250s otherwise.
He's surrounded, basically.
Yeah. You can see him in the corner from above, and he's given away his position. Missing this shot is not how he wanted that to go. Art's going to pivot and find his second kill here. MIBR 3 deaths away from a 7th for the T side.
Yeah. Ooh. This has been a rough one. Vinny's going to chase down this frag on a taco on the catwalk, which does create a little bit of a problem for MIBR. Does leave a B site exposed, and well, MIBR and FUR are going to try their luck at just fast flanking through these B halls.
This rap could actually find something. Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. No, hang on. No, it could. Oh, no, wait. Forget I said anything. K-Serato should have this locked down, and almost, but not quite. FUR now looking to get away.
Oh, he's done. There's no way.
Yeah, they know that he's here. You've even got Art looking for kills. FUR, can he do anything on this? Oh, come on.
Oh, man. Well, there was an idea there. Sometimes ideas don't go to plan.
The reason why I thought that could have found something is that Henny was actually holding for the T-spawn wrap that entire round from top mid. He was just looking into T-apps from top middle. And the moment he looked away was when MIBR crossed into the apartment. So I thought it was going to be the case that the pistols were able to come in and do something, but I guess Fury are very, very aware that there's always a chance that MIBR caught the timing there.
That's all CS is at the end of the day. It feels like a game of timings, right? In getting flanks and getting position. So you need to know what's being watched and when it's not. FUR is playing the time to perfection as he lets Fury run right by him in this round. Comes through the smoke with a kill. There's players all over though. FUR doubling it. Anything he finds more is going to be excellent for MIBR. Maybe a necessity at this point. Taco trades Art's 1 kill in the middle. This is a great round for MIBR. We need a hero, and K-Serato could be that man.
Yeah, he certainly got the apps for it. Now he finds himself out on the A site, right into Sandwich. He doesn't know about this player that's on stairs, and that's going to be a really awkward exchange of fire here. MIBR just around the corner, Fallen joining the war effort from the A ramp.
Bang.
And a trade there at least, so a little bit of a saving grace. However, in a 1-on-3, bomb in hand. If he gets it planted, that's a good start. And Molotov might just stop that altogether.
Oh dear. Yeah. Rough one. The molly is excellent though from MIBR. It does guarantee them a 5th here as FUR, the hero of that round, pushes into middle. Remember back on Vertigo, he was really the top performer. He was the only player who didn't go negative, 15 and 15. As, you know, that scoreline doesn't feel great, but I remember him being like 15 and 7, I swear. So at one point in a great spot, and in this round, an even better one, pushing through that mid-smoke. We call it the Sunny play. Sunny used to do that back in Mousesports so much up on the catwalk with Rop supporting him in connector more often than not. So Fury not ready for it, but you can't do that in back-to-back rounds. They will be spamming the smoke. They will be checking it this time. So what's the game plan here for MIBR?
Would Henry Achad have called that a nutmeg? I wonder. Certainly could have been.
Yeah. Very possible. Maybe we can get confirmation. I feel like it's more for T's, right? Like pushing through smokes and finding timings. That was how they described it, but maybe you could use it for a CT. Oh, well, that's cool, I guess. He's in jungle, and he does get a kill, but traded immediately. Falling back out of A, getting tagged as well. Bomb dropped, and maybe the round lost off of that.
Yeah, just maybe, but Henny uses his Vandal to kill down Fur, and that does mean that a 2v3 is here on the cards. And perhaps if they could somehow retrieve the bomb, with a minute left to play, I suppose there's a chance, but they're going to have to get a kill before then. Or at least dodge one from the side of MIBR. And he pushed all the way up the ticket. Now Queserado's going to go on the big flank. He needs to go all the way around. That really does leave both players isolated and exposed, but if he can get in this fight, somehow kill this connector player, I guess it would have made the world's difference. And he does fall as the A player, the solo one there from Furia, and then we do see a 6th one on the board for MIBR, so. Vandal, not OP.
Watch yourself, Trace.
What am I watching?
We're Counter-Strike purists here at the Pro League.
I was talking about Counter-Strike. The AK is a bit of a Vandal.
Yeah.
Just a name I came up with on the fly.
I'm going to vandalize you in a second if you don't watch yourself, Trace.
Reported.
Well, still Furia hold the lead here.
Yeah, and a couple of operators bought out over between K&G and Fallen. That's the AWP. Oh, yeah, it feels gross, doesn't it? Maya looking for kills, and he's going to get them high in supply. Peeking in dry, flashbang's good. And this round is quick, clean, everything in between. MIBR put themselves on 7 and tie this up here, heading into round 15.
A little reminder for you folks at home who maybe didn't catch it when these two teams played the other day. Well, we had Mirage there. It was an 8-7 half in favor of MIBR on the CT side. Oh, look where we are, 7-7 right now, as MIBR look to do the same thing. Now, in that second half, Furia went 9-0 CT and they closed the map out without dropping a round. So MIBR, par for the course right now, but I'm worried about that second half, Trace.
Don't you worry, little fella. We're going to see Furia try to get on this A site. So far, the kills, well, they've really gone back and forth. We're down to a 3-on-3, very low on the Furia side. Fur's going to get that peek there from the side of the stairs. Well, ultimately, that does leave the numbers in advantage of Furia. However, both MIBR players real close up in jungle, real close into just exploding on the site of Flashbang. Rolling out, and here's Taco to find the kill onto Art.
Nice. Henny, what a legend, what a genius. Massive kills here for Furia. They actually find the lead at the end of the first half. Contact A plays to clean it up. Let's see if they can clean up this series as we head into their CT side. Join us after the break for what could be the 2-0.
I just step up and make it happen, it's a lifestyle. Living young and restless, yeah, we quite wild. If I want it, I'ma get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Then you know I got it. Nobody got it like
ESL Pro League Season 11 marches on. MIBR and FURIA right now going at it. It's looking like after a first map win by FURIA, Art and company have slowed down just a little bit. We do have a much closer game in our hands at the end of the first half of play, and a much closer up look here at this player. Rather yet, I see his reflection. Where are all his teammates at, though?
Yeah, there are actually no live reflections in those goggles. They're always going to show CT spawn, even if you view it mid-round. So that's a little fun fact.
Well, I hate that. So
yeah, it's kind of awful. But luckily, we just won't zoom in again.
Game's broken.
Don't make eye contact. Avoid it. MIBR avoiding FURIA in this round. They are all over the A site, but yet to find a fight. Hiding in the smoke is a man in the back of the site. Art, doing the dance, doing the dirty, and dropping two. Does find the bomb on the ground. 3-on-3 here. This is a messy one.
Boom. Big grenade over there towards the planter.
Nice.
Mayern's going to be able to plant, though, with 11 HP. Was gambling using the grenade there, but it was a good call nonetheless. K Serrato watching from CT spawn, and it's going to be that of Henny. He's going to have to double back to Catwalk. He's going to try to help out his teammate in Vinny. Bomb planted, and that's an Akri Momo there for the side of KNG.
Oh no, it all goes wrong on the back of it, and my word. Something else that was important to bear in mind is they double naded here on this side of FURIA for the players over at B, and I love that decision, right? You had it all ready so that if MIBR do rush the B site, you double nade it, and you probably lock it down there. And then if they don't come B, you've got those two nades for the retake. We didn't get to see Henny use his, but you know the intention perhaps originally was to double nade that planter and guarantee the kill. Yeah. So FURIA, they had that one under wraps from the moment Art puts up two over in the A site.
Now here in the Pro League, we are going to be celebrating a hell of a lot if MIBR get a single T-side round. Yeah. The reason being is for in this series and in the previous one between these two teams, no team could get around in the second half of the map that they lose. So yeah, MIBR, they managed to get a pick in this one. That's a start, but it is just Deagles, remember, no armor. And so coming into those late rounds, things are going to get very difficult. And look at FURIA, they're still feeling confident. They're going to get that M4 back under their control. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was a little scary. You could tell just how apprehensive Taco was to go in to get it. And as soon as he peeks out there a little bit, he pays for it. KNG also going to pay to Vinny, the debt collector. Fallen not far behind on 30 HP. So far, so good for FURIA in this round. It's pretty enough to push Vinny off a catwalk. At least letting that Deagle rain, letting it make a little bit of noise of its own.
Yeah, Mayan trying to catch the timing in through the connector while the rest of MIBR pincer the site. Now, Mayan already gets removed, so that pincer, one of the three prongs of this attack have been removed. And now Palace and Ramp, this is pretty much as standard as it gets in terms of FURIA having to hold these angles. There shouldn't be any nasty surprises. That said, Fallen, he's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve.
Just a couple.
Oh dear. Vinny's got an SMG, he's on the hunt, he's on the move, he's in the sight, he's in your dreams, and he's in your face. FURIA, 10 rounds as they get rid of that eco.
I'm not going to say he's in my dreams, but
maybe your nightmares then, Trace.
Something that I am loving about Pro League is, and I feel like this comes with, like the teams, for the most part, I know a good few of them are boot camping, but a bunch of them are just at home, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially with the FURIA guys, we have like a nice opportunity to get to know them on like I don't know, like every interview we've had with like Vinny and Art especially has been a real pleasure. I don't know, they seem like well, all right guys. And I like getting to see the pros in their home setting. You know, it's not something that we get to see a hell of a lot. Usually it is on LAN in these high pressure scenarios. I love the interviews, man.
It does create a little bit of an eggshell, right?
Yeah.
Or a walking on eggshells type situation. But, obviously, given the confines of how everything's shaped up to this point, I'm really happy and really pleased to see that a lot of players are coming out of that shell and sort of saying, hey, we need to all kind of step up and do just a little bit more during this time. We need to be like Mouse Sports, providing content for the fans and stuff like that. That's, very admirable for me, at least.
Because remember, when this is all over, the world's still going to exist, and you're still going to have to make your career here as a pro player. So, you want to keep up that brand, and you want to keep up those entries. Taco finds him into the B site this time. Vinny gets one from the ladder room, traded by Catwalk, and this might just be MIBR breaking the curse. Are we actually going to see a T-side round in this series? A win in the second half by the team that is losing? You can't be real. Oh my, it's finally happened.
It took 5 maps for that to go the way of MIBR or anyone. It could have just as easily been FURIA if they were the ones losing in the second half. But yeah, MIBR, they break the curse. They get 8 on the board, and they're trying to grind their way back into this. Now, important to remember, this was like a bit of an attempt at the bonus round for FURIA. With all that said and done, though, that second round where MIBR only invested in, you know, a couple of deegs here and there, as a result of that coming so close, while this was the bonus round, there's not a buy available to FURIA in this round now. And I think, you know, making the decision to force buy here could be a bit of an error on their part. They're going to go for it anyway. And I understand why. Yuri can obviously drop a gun over, and a man like Henny, for example, is on a double eco anyway. So, you know, this is a pretty decent buy, but this is going to have some real implications if FURIA do fall short on the back of it. That should be MIBR tying this up 10-10. So this becomes a very important round for MIBR now.
Oh, the missed window smoke. That's very close, but close don't cut it. Art's going to have full view over this area, but MIBR, they're not going into middle, so it's not a worry. Although they don't know the result of that smoke, they do know they're going into A. And he's waiting for it with the smoke down on the ramp. Double close setup for FURIA. It's a risk. Got to move into more apt positions, and so Yuri will go underneath the balcony. Art setting up utility to slow down the play from MIBR once they make it clear. FURIA no longer worried about mid, at least not too much, because they know that no one came out topside with that window smoke missing. Got to worry about under with a lurk to con or the window. But right now, MIBR just setting up for standard A execute.
Yeah, and FURIA being able to find a first kill here would mean the world's difference. Those 3 kits are going to have to do something should MIBR get this bomb down, but here we go. We're going to see the full-on expenditure of nades over here towards this A site. Smokes, Molotovs. Haven't seen a flash pop just yet, but surely it could be on the cards. There we go. Flash is now coming out, and it's going to be the hit from MIBR. Look like they're going to stick with it. Henny just too many toes out there into the fire.
I don't really know.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Henny there, because like he literally wasn't even stood in a Molotov. He got like bugged by the fact that it was clipping through the
Ceiling.
the underside of Palace and the ceiling. So
The balcony, yeah.
Oh, kind of horrible for Henny, and kind of big middle finger to Valve for that one. Molotovs, something need to be looked at, perhaps.
Now that's a quote from Harry Russell. You know, I was thinking, guys, and you know, why we have this little bit of a in-between rounds and this is a little bit of an in-between downtime.
Sure.
You were saying something there, Hugo, about, you know, when all this is over, you know, it kind of carries on. Life finds a way, basically, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, like, there's a little bit of a vibe that would go away. There would be a little bit of a, how would I say this, missing you guys and everyone involved. When the house project does come to an end, when all of this does slow down, we're not, you know, interacting day to day.
For sure. No, this is something me and Harry were talking about last night, actually, or, well, early morning today. You know, we're going to look back on these days nostalgically, Trace. At least us right now, you know, with our current situation. 10-9 up, though.
Oh, sorry. I got some rather devastating news, and I'll go ahead and break it to you guys right now. The BSOD. The blue screen of death there for KNG. So we're waiting for him to boot back up so we can get back in here. That would require him to start either TeamSpeak or Discord, the client, Steam, and then we should be in the game. So really and truly not that much, but...
As a man who's had his fair share of crashes, you know, just got to move right past them, Trace. What can you do?
A man that's had his fair share of caches, too. I mean, there was that one, so... What happened there, Harry? Now, that wasn't scripted. You actually got cut live on stage, so what happened?
Yeah, so, you know, we played the pistol, and... I made the decision to buy dual Berettas and a flashbang, like any good teammate would on Dust 2, right?
Nitro does it all the time.
Exactly. So I bought the flashes, and then we went to push B. I think it was Yanko who called that idea to go B.
What a bad call.
And I threw a flash that I thought was sick, and it blinded all of us, and didn't blind JKS, who was in window. And so he proceeded to kill everyone. Next thing I know, Henry starts yelling, "We'll play with 4. Get Harry off the stage." Suddenly, I hear a very familiar voice of Mr. Stewie 2K. And yeah, I mean, we all know how the rest of that went.
He's got that famous line. What is it again, Harry?
I think Hugo just said it, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sup?
Sup, Boomich. I think it's something like that.
Sup, Boomer?
So yeah, we're just waiting for this blue screen of death to fix itself. Now, we could an alternative situation here is to crowdfund a new PC for KNG if this doesn't pan out.
Now, that'll be Harry Russell in charge of that little venture because I want nothing to do with that. But yeah.
I like to think, you know, KNG probably has cutting-edge technology in his PC, Trace.
Yeah, probably. And I also like to think that we are just a few seconds from getting back in here. At least that's what I'm told in the transfer of information between League Ops and us. There's a couple different degrees of separation there just to make sure, you know, because those guys are wild. I don't know if you guys know that. They're a wild bunch. And there's a reason that these tournaments start on time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've got our cans with string going through them that goes into the other room. And so that's how we pass information along.
Yeah, there's always that weird thing. We can't pull it tight enough, but it is what it is.
Sometimes a bit of dangle is okay, Trace.
That's what I'm saying. Speaking of dangling, we're looking at this second map and potentially the series, knocking MIBR out on FURIA's agenda. And now we're back at it. We're back into the game itself. You can subside the Keck W's and we can begin to focus on what is another round here where we've seen a bit of a force from the side of FURIA.
This is interesting. They've gone for back-to-back forces on FURIA's side of things. So yeah, I'm interested to see if this works out. It's a bit of a risk. It can give MIBR the lead in this game as they can go 11-10 up if they win this one round. You would assume, of course, FURIA eco after that. I mean, you would also assume FURIA would eco this round, but they haven't. So maybe assumptions are not the safest play when you are, you know, in this kind of matchup. The normality goes out the window and into the wall. Queserato flashed in the connector, will smoke himself off to hold on to this position. MIBR are coming in though with a Molotov, and a player in the T-spawn does actually catch wind of aggression towards the ramp side for FURIA. They're going to flash it, but they're not going to fight it. Keep Taco in this position, don't give him the advantage, don't give him a pick, and MIBR are starting to realize that FURIA have forced into this round. So what is their solution? Maybe B, that would be the answer with no one there for FURIA. I'd like to see someone go B for FURIA. I'd like to see a rotation, but the idea here is give up B. If MIBR go there, you save. If MIBR come A, well, you have a very good chance of winning things. And, well, Vinny's going to just force a fight, taking down KNG early. MIBR setting up for a cat to B play. And now you want to rotate for FURIA because now they're actually in this round and they don't have a kit for retake. So losing B would likely put MIBR on top.
Yeah, and that's the start of that right there. That first kill coming into the window room is going to open up Catwalk and a whole new set of problems here for FURIA. Somehow, Queserato catches Taco looking to the connector with this SMG, and that's...
Ooh, look at Art. He's ran all the way through T-spawn. He was the guy pushing Palace, and so he's coming in on this lurk very, very quickly. MIBR, they are prepared for a man coming in on this lurk, but Fallen, who had his eye on the angle, gets shut down immediately, and now Fur and Maya. This should have been MIBR's round to win, and Fur at least closes the gap a little bit more, but now he's the only man left here in the back of the site. Fur in with a double. Still 2 players left to find. Queserato now knows he's here, and they've got him trapped. Defuse comes in for FURIA.
Wow.
And they're going to salvage that 4-spy round. 11 now on the board.
Yeah, you have to look at that push from Art, and you have to think, okay, well, MIBR immediately, once that comp comes through, once he gets the 1 dig off on the player in sight, that creates just a mess of a situation for at least resituating yourself if you're MIBR within the site itself. And now wondering about how many avenues of a fight are you about to have across the board.
Yeah, sick round for FURIA, though. I mean, the force was risky. And that's why they were playing 5A, because they thought, you know, if they just get B-rush, they'll just save it, and it's not a problem. They get essentially, you know, back-to-back force-buy rounds for the price of 1. Who doesn't like a discount? But instead, they get upgrades. Krieg's given over, an AWP for Henny as well. And now, FURIA really in control of this second half. MIBR, of course, still have cash to buy in, but that could quickly deplete.
Yeah, I feel like FURIA as well are a team that you really, and this applies to pretty much any team on the CT side, but I don't know, man, like FURIA feel like they've got a special way. They're not a team you want to be giving that Krieg over to. And, you know, I think when you look at these second half victories and how in this series it's usually been flawless for the team that starts to win in the second half, I feel like the Kriegs could tie into that a hell of a lot, right? Like it makes sense. If you're on the CT side and you're finding success, you're keeping that Krieg count up, you become like a real wall. We do see a man drop from this server. Trace, you got any news as to what's going on there?
That would be Fallen, and they're going to try to pick up, or at least make that all work out. We're not too far from getting back in the game, so don't you worry. You don't even have time to really go anywhere, not to the kitchen, not to the restroom. You could wash your hands. That is probably about the only acceptable form of vacating your seat at this point. We were just roughly 30 seconds. Now we should just be about ready to get it back underway. Fallen was the DC player. And now we're going to see a buy coming out here for MIBR. 3 Kriegs. Will it be a 4th? Nope. An AK. Respect.
Yeah, Fur likes to keep it classic, and, you know, he's normally the top performer for MIBR, so that's all I'll say. Early on, MIBR going to try and look for this mid control.
Oh,
and that
no,
window
what's
smoke
going
is
on?
missed again. If I'm not mistaken, I swear this was the same case. Last time these two teams were meeting on this map, we noted that the window smoke was missing every now and again.
We need to figure out who's throwing that.
Yeah.
I'm not catching it, but now my eyes are going to be trained.
Because, man, like, this is MIBR. these guys...
It's either KNG or Fur. Those are the only players without smokes in this round. We're watching you guys.
Really have narrowed it down. We got our best detective on the case. He goes by the name of Agent Hugo Byron. New miniseries coming out soon.
Not so true detective.
Not so true or detective.
Not so detective.
Life of Brian. Life of Byron.
Yeah.
Either way, look at this. Art has pushed all the way up to jungle right now, and, well, little does he know, a lot of presence from MIBR. In fact, KNG's in the window itself, so that could prove to be a problem. Does set up that of MIBR to hit the A site. Or even for him to find rotations. Now they're smoked off the connector, so just waiting it out. Art, having been very influential thus far, now finds himself in the losing end of a smoke. Yeah. He's going to tuck and try to stay alive, but it's not going to last very long. Vinny, putting some respect back on the name of Furia.
Wow.
He's going to keep delivering from Catwalk. Knocks down 2, drops the bomb. Timer starting to tick down ever so low, too. 25 seconds. It's like they're trapped in the connector. Look at this. Vinny, he's on his 3rd kill in the round. He's looking to get the last one first. Real hurt. The shot does go in the way of Fur, so
It's done.
it's over with. Yeah, there's no way he can plant. Nothing he can really do. He does die at the end of it all. So good stuff there. Vinny really holding that round there for the side of Furia.
Yeah, 2 of those kills are through smokes. He couldn't even see the first couple of players, just spamming the jungle smokers. MIBR set up well to take the A site. They got a boost in window. They came through jungle. They got a kill onto, from Mayon onto Art. 5-on-4. About to commit to A, and then the Krieg rattles from behind. And Furia get back on the board. Is there a window smoke in this round? Mayon does have one equipped.
Well, if it was in this round, it was Mayern that went for it.
It's a safe smoke.
Yeah, just the top. Of Catwalk, Art's going to reply with a grenade. No one's home, though. The bomb being dropped over here, back of A ramp. We got 3 deep for the side of MIBR currently inside of these B apartments. And only pistols in their pockets. Which should never be how you carry a pistol, so.
Holster that bad boy. Or hold it.
Yeah.
Henny, he holds the line. Takes down Taco early on in this round towards... Oh, dear. That's a bit of a boost. Kenji catching Art as well out of bounds. He's going to move towards the A site. That's where the bomb is coming through ramp. Yuri has to deal with that. He's the only man here right now. Deep inside of it, at least. Henny is supporting the spawn, and Yuri getting dinked. Now the pressure could come through. Player up ramp. Henny misses his shot, but that's a bomb spotted. That's information that can draw a full rotation, and the kill is all that Furia need to find this round. It's a 4-on-2, and these pistols are being made quick work of.
That is the case. Fur now has something to say about it himself. Gets himself an M4 after landing a deagle shot, so.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
I love this.
Oh, dear. The Glock. Nah, not quite.
If only Fallen went for the kill, I think he dropped under to look for a gun. But if he went straight for the kill, he probably would have had it. The player on the site wasn't watching Palace.
Or he went to check under, too. I mean, they're...
Yeah. Well, there was a gun under there, so that's,
Yeah.
it looked like he was trying to grab it, but yeah, he had a Glock. That's why he went with his knife out. Safe decision. If someone's holding you and you swing out, even if you have a Glock in your hand, you're dead. So Fallen's just trying to disrupt their, their... How would
Mojo.
You, yeah, their mojo, their crosshair placement. Catch them off guard, make them look the wrong way.
Mojo, baby, yeah.
Well, Furia, they are in high supply when it comes to the mojo. 13-9 up, looking to storm over this second half. 3 more until a 2-0 series, and of course, a chance in this bracket to still get to those finals, to take on the loser of Liquid EG. That match will be tomorrow.
Yes, it will. In fact, it'll be the only match that gets covered tomorrow, and we should be there.
We should.
Harry,
Maybe we'll show up. Maybe we won't. We'll think about it.
Harry better be there regardless.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to, but...
I'm actually staying here tonight to make sure I'm ready for the game tomorrow.
Nice, man. You need some water or anything? Or just kind of...
I got plenty.
You got plenty of big corny bars?
Yeah.
Corny for breakfast, corny for lunch, and a corny bar for dinner. Just kidding.
Well, with the big corny, it's a little lunch.
And with the big corny, it's Hugo Byron.
Some of you know, the finest dining you can get in Germany. I've only
corny.
found them in Germany and Denmark. And those are the only two countries I've stepped foot in since.
I'll be honest, I never really have looked for one of those after I had the first one. Never really, you know.
Don't talk to me, Trace.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll talk about the game instead. We'll talk about how this situation is do or die here for MIBR.
Yeah.
What happens if they lose this round?
Well, you know, I mean, they've got some loss bonus banked up at least, but you're really hinging on a bomb plant here for MIBR to be able to buy. Looking forward, and Art getting that kill is a good way to start this round. He's able to get out. Oh, well, Vinny's just wrecked him, hasn't he? And Art burns the last guy.
That happened so fast.
Yeah,
I
mean,
want to see Vinny's kills.
I kind of love it there. Like, Bastion's trying his best to observe, and he stays on the guy that gets all the kills. But, you know, they just come through on the Molotov, and Art does it so smoothly along with Vinny there, that the round is over in the blink of an eye. And so now MIBR, that kind of horrible scenario we were talking about, we're heading into this. They've got next to nothing to work with up against 14 for FURIA, and this is the buy. That's it. You know, this is as good as it gets for MIBR.
I think Vinny might have even, like, wallbanged the wood. No, surely not. The first kill wasn't a wallbang, so ignore me. But yeah, he got 2 kills in, like, 1 bullet. Yuri can't see Taco through the Molotov. Those flames have a bit of incandescence, you could even say. Shot that one
okay.
is Art. Hello, he's come to life on this A site.
Yeah. That smoke, he's had to retreat, and he does show his face again, this time on the top of Balk. AWP underneath Balk, not known for its longevity. Vince Mayern is going to make sure that Art has nothing else to say. This would be a big round for MIBR to grab in terms of picking up this map. And that's not what you wanted right there if you're an MIBR fan.
No, they're trapped. The man that we're relying on now is Fur. He's got to provide everything in this round, it feels like. And there's the kill from him on this wrap round. Vinny is now stuck between a rock and a hard place. Vinny, though, showing that he just isn't the man to underestimate. Still bested by Fallen in the head-to-head. MIBR narrowly get that 10th round on the board. Considering they go into that, though, investing everything. They only have AKs. They only have, you know, a collection of Deegs alongside it. That's a stellar result for MIBR to keep the fire burning here in the server. 10-14 now, and a chance at this comeback. This investment for FURIA gonna feel lacking. And a US Air Force tactical timeout called on in.
Yeah, you can see why. FURIA right here at the end of the road, end of the show. Just need 2 rounds to put MIBR out of Season 11 of ESL Pro League. And those are the implications that we have in our hand now. Henny, certainly a player that's been impactful. We look at him right now at 20-10. It's the player that you want to keep the AWP in his hands, albeit did miss that shot there onto the T-ramp of A in the last round, but really didn't pan out there anyway. We're back off to the races.
Back in business. MIBR, they are not out of this game. They have a very much viable chance of winning it. Now, the window smoke does land this time. Fallen's out in middle, so there's already improvements being made, but as I say that, things are getting stripped away. Third drop from under Henny. How does he escape? He goes back for more, and maybe he should have taken his route out while he had it. KNG finding that kill. Art's flanked underpass as well. This is a mess. Vinny's holding on to connector. He's got that frag for free. As messy as it does look, the bomb's been found. Art's been spotted.
Fallen, he just saw the hand. But Art also knows he's got away.
The double scope.
Oh dear, it's messy, it's messy. But MIBR, they've at least got the bomb. And a man advantage now for FURIA. Vinny gonna take position over here in the Palace.
Oh, here comes Taco though on 19 HP. This SMG could be enough, and it is. Vinny retrieves the AK, and he's gonna get out of dodge. Just Fallen and Mayern after that weird sort of skirmish we got the seats towards TV's room.
Yeah, the horrible thing for Fallen here is he's got to clear all these apartments angles. And oh no, Mayern doesn't spot Art. At least for Fallen now, he knows one of these players that went aggressive has been spotted. But you can see he's got to be so careful. And this has really slowed down his ability to get into this site. And now Fallen only just arriving in a 1v4 to try and keep the dream alive. Lands a tag. That nade might finish the job. And oh, Fallen!
Whoa.
Lands that shot onto Art somehow, some way. And come on, Fallen. You've landed 2 impeccable shots to get this down to a 1v2. He's dealt with half of the opponents that are up against him. And now just Yuri and Vinny to beat. Fallen on the other side. The bomb planted. It's Furia on the clock. Yuri and Vinny slowly but surely getting out through the market. Fallen going to clear the back line. Now he knows there's nobody here. Starts to turn his attention back towards the bomb site. They tap the bomb, but Vinny gets deleted. And Fallen, now just one man left to beat. This would be an impeccable clutch. He's tagged down low, but he's able to get away. And MIBR, they get the 11th round. Fallen, what a clutch to keep the dream alive for MIBR.
And that, my friends, is an example of a Mountain Dew Amp game fuel power play. That was absolutely disgusting. And it all starts right here, too. I believe that was Art that he caught inside of the TV room. Real awkward exchange. But then he just takes it into his own hands here, Hugo.
He gets the tag, he finishes the job with a grenade, he falls on the head of a man inside of the site. I think that was Art as well, and does the dirty. I love the cat plant as well. Fallen plants 4 catwalk and then runs up to the apartments. He can just see the player on the defuse there, and MIBR, they have been given a lifeline. They have been given a chance here. Yuri wants to take it away. He's got that safe gun, and he's gifted one to Art with the palace push. MIBR, they're not out of the hot woods yet. They're still in hot water, rather. They cannot afford to lose this round.
Yeah, that would break the back, I think. Henny's trying to peek up on Catwalk. He does have the USP. But the trade is there. Aaron takes Henny, Art into the fight as well. And it looks like Fur wants to get himself some real estate out here on the B side. We've recreated a 2v2, and it looks like it's going to end up on B.
Both players are already here for Furia. Fallen's going to have to repeat what he just did in this B bomb site. Oh, the strafe, he's seen it, and he spots a second player as well. The info is here for MIBR. They can tuck tail and run towards A.
They gone. Now, Quesarado looks towards Catwalk thinking, hey, you know what? This other player might swing from there. Little does he know, they've already traversed back towards A. He's going to peek off Cat. Can't find the initial shot on the KNG. It's a Creek versus AK battle. Comes down to a reload. It's Quesarado the lesser. So, MIBR still in the game. 12 rounds to their name. Can they do it?
We've seen this happen too many times at the Pro League Trace.
It's true. We really have.
14 rounds is not a one game. A half buy here is a really good decision. Furia, it'd be very easy to justify a full buy in this position with 4K a player, but they want everything. They want the orbs, they want the Molotovs, and they most importantly want those kits for the retakes that they have so often been in this map. Fallen getting boosted for the ramp fight. Nothing crossing though. Furia, oh, with a late cross. They do throw a player over. KNG gets tagged down. The grenades are good, but Fur does find a kill in the meantime. It's underpass, and he will pass under. Art finds a trade, and B has been cleared. MIBR all outside of the A site and middle, and Furia know it.
Yeah, so it's back towards this B site late for MIBR. They've had a lot of success here. And they're looking to replicate that again. This would be the right call to make. Furia, they've stacked everyone over here towards A. And this is with like next to nothing being shown for MIBR at this side of the map. This is Furia attempting a bit of a read. And, you know, you understand why. With Art aggressing into the apps, clearing it out, he anticipates this isn't going to be the B play as a result. And now, only just starting to go back to B, MIBR are already here. Art's going to spot that, calls for the rotation. He's just got to buy time. If he can get so much as one, there's still a chance for Furia in this round. KNG deals with him immediately. And now Furia on the back foot, 3 on 4, and they are saving. They are out of here. It's 13 for MIBR. They just might have this comeback in them. It's 4 in a row now for this T-side squad.
You got to be sweating if you're Furia. This looked like a one game. This looked like a done deal. They had a 1-on-4 locked in, and Fallen made it happen in the B apartments. Since that point, it's been MIBR on the board. like you say, Harry, a fourth in a row, up to 13. Furia, they half bought in this position to enable everything in the follow-up. They have everything but the last 2 rounds. So where will this buy take them? Okay, Serato, that's a great play. Runs into the market as the bomb goes off, gets himself the AK, gives him even more money to play with for these last potentially 3 rounds. Hey, there are always bonus rounds, Trace.
They are. Always there. Ever present. In Furia, though, you look at this, they call for a tactical timeout, and of course you know who that's brought by. The old U.S. Air Force. But you have to think, how long they've been sitting on 14, right? Like, what is it going to be that's going to change it up here to really get that response that they need? And perhaps early round we see some kind of aggression. Perhaps they try to take it and put it right in their face.
I mean, this was 14-9 in favor of Furia. You know, like, this was their game to close out. And that clutch from Fallen might have just re-energized MIBR. This has been, you know, something that we've seen be a bit of a reoccurring pattern for MIBR. And that is, it always feels like we're on this team, whenever one player steps up and delivers something impeccable, there's been a few examples of this. You've had like a Mayan ace back on Inferno over in the first group stage for this NA group. You know, we've had Fur with some big clutches, and whenever this happens, it feels like the whole squad gets a confidence boost on the back of it. Furia, they've done what they couldn't afford to do, and that is let MIBR start to build back into this game. And this could be one of their final chances to regain control here on this second map.
And you can see how desperate they are to regain control. Furia keep pushing because it's what has got them to this place in the first place. But now MIBR are running passive defaults. They're holding for these plays. You see that Krieg of KNG spot the ramp aggression, and he gets a bit of damage off. Art won't commit, luckily enough, but it just shows the pressure that Furia are feeling in this moment. So MIBR, if they keep holding these slow rounds, they might be able to get Furia, you know, forcing fights that aren't favorable. It's quite the alliteration, but it is the situation that we're in.
Well, even the fight that they try to force early on, you know, I see that it was Art, I believe, that took damage there on this A-ramp fight. It's KNG holding fast. The fact that they don't commit to that, try to make something out of it, leads me to believe that this one, you know, still does have a little bit of Furia written all over it. We're going to see some set piece as smokes come out over here on the side of MIBR towards this A site. 3 to start things off. They're going to get a Molotov into Sandwich. So far, there's been a little bit of damage the other way, though.
Oh, no, through the smoke, through the flames, into the firing line. Yuri's got 3. Bomb drop. Taco does trade for 2, but the AWP is going to hold him off from doing much more. KNG has got to pull out a classic clutch with only 18 seconds left. He's first got to get the bomb, and only 1 flashbang. He's looking to force kills. He's not even thinking about the plant, and at this point, it might just be done. Where can he even plant safely? It's a fake. He gets tagged. He fires back. He's down to A. There's a repeat, but no ammo. Has to stick the bomb. He will get away with it, but Serato spams in through the wall, and that was a must-win round. Furia had nothing left in the bank, but they have just saved their own lives in this map. 15 rounds, and they've broken MIBR with it.
Yeah, they've guaranteed themselves at least overtime should MIBR be able to push it those remaining 2 rounds. Really, just 1 for Furia will do it. It will knock MIBR out of the ESL Pro League Season 11, and Furia will be able to march on here in the slower bracket.
This is going to be heartbreaking for MIBR as well. You know, like this is a game that they've clawed their way back into. A series that it felt like was written off after a dominant victory back on Vertigo. Fallen has delivered a hell of a lot. Fur's been looking good all series long, and the rest of the gang are even arriving. To see it all fall apart now would be heartbreaking. Fur put up into the window, looking for an opening, and there's nobody here. For the Furia side, Yuri is spotting it.
He saw him.
Fur, yeah, gets the information that there's a man under. Problem he's going to have is with the MAC-10 here, struggling to find engagements. Taco will take the first man down. A man advantage now. Maya in with another. Yuri's got to step up, and he's got to deliver because he's lost everyone else here inside of this A site. Serato now the only man remaining, and he gets put in the ground. It's 14 for MIBR. No money left on the Furia side. This game has overtime written all over it. MIBR, they're making it look doable.
And we got those 30 rounds that we promised you. We got them right here. We got them right now at the Pro League. 15 to 14, as Harry said. It really is a do-or-die round for MIBR within the confines of this tournament. Maybe more. Who knows?
I mean, at this point, almost definitely more, right? Furia, they've got to win a force buy with not a whole lot. Couple of guns, no kits, utilities lacking, the AWP is not there. Yuri's pushing underpass with a Galil, with a UMP rather, and he's going to kill Fur. That was a favored fight for Fur, and even though 2 players come in from under, Furia are still going to win that fight. Mayan has got to do the dirty, he's got to do the damage. He's coming in through this connector smoke. There's a player on the other side making noise. Mayan fights, and he gets away with it, but the jump is there, and Yuri keeps things active for Furia. It's a man advantage, and MIBR without the bomb with the A site. This is a mess. They have to go back for that package. It's up to Fallen to win this round late, as both KNG and Taco contact out A.
And you look at this and you think, okay, well, there's still a chance. There's still a way here for MIBR. Even if they do grab this bomb, tons of time left on the clock, but it really is against them. Furia have the setup necessary to hold on to this A site. They have control of it.
Oh.
There you go, 3-on-2. Taco and Fallen, trying to roll it back a few years.
And they're ready for this.
Yep, K-Serato's going to be here on this B site. He could prove to be a menace. Will Fallen peek out first? Yes, he will. K-Serato sees his shoulder. Also sees the kill go his way on the kill feed.
Yeah, Taco all alone to try and keep the dream burning. 1v3. And a hard round for Taco. Tries to Molotov a player out into the open, and he gets his wish, but he also gets bid farewell by Furia. 16-14.